Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Hi, it's me, Teacher Asra. How are you today? I hope you are doing well. Today, I am going to teach you about fractions. Before we get started, let's take a look at the learning objectives that you are going to learn for today. There are two objectives that you are going to learn. First, you are going to identify and state 1 over 2, 1 over 4, 2 over 4, and 3 over 4. Second, you are going to solve problems involving daily life situations. Make sure you have your textbook, notes, and stationeries with you. This cake is so tasty. Do you want some? Alright, since I'm going to share it with you, let me cut this cake equally for the both of us. Look, now how many pieces are there? Yes, there are 2 pieces of this cake. Earlier, we had 1 whole cake. Now, I have cut it into 2 equal sizes. We have 2 halves of the cake. 1 half of the cake is here and the other half of the cake is right here. We can also call it as half. Do you want to try other activity? Let's do 1 over 2. What is 1 over 2? I have prepared materials for our activity. We have a paper plate, a pencil, a ruler, color pencils, and a marker pen. First, fold the paper plate into half. It must be 2 equal sizes. Next, draw a line in the middle. Use a ruler to ensure the line drawn is straight. Then, color one part of it. Make sure you do it neatly, okay? The fraction representing the area you colored. During the first activity, which was cutting the cake, you have been introduced to the word half. For the second activity, folding the paper plate, you have been introduced to 1 over 2. So, what is the relation between half and 1 over 2? In the first activity, I cut the cake into 2 equal pieces. From one whole cake, it becomes 2 equal pieces of cake. Here, you are introduced to the word half. In the second activity, I have folded the paper plate into 2. From one big paper plate, it became 2 equal parts, and I have colored one part of it. In this activity, you are being introduced to 1/2. What is the similarity or relation between half and 1/2? What can you see from this slide? Look carefully. Look, the previous picture and this picture are quite similar to each other, right? One whole cake that was cut into 2 equal pieces to become half. The same goes to the paper plate. When you fold it into 2 equal parts and color one part of it, it becomes 1/2. It is clearly shown that one part from 2 equal parts is equivalent to 1/2 or half. Since you have understood half and 1/2, how about a quick test to check your understanding? Which of these shapes can be considered as 1/2? Picture A shows a circle. It has been divided into 2 parts. However, both parts are of different sizes. Can we consider these as 1/2? Excellent! This shape cannot be considered as 1/2 because the size of both parts is not equal. Look at picture B. Can we consider these as 1/2? Picture B shows a star. Oh, it has been divided into 2 parts as well. Can we consider these as 1/2? Well done! The star can be considered as 1/2 because it has 2 equal parts. Let's continue with other shapes. Which of these shapes can be considered as 1/2? Picture C shows a rectangle. It has been divided into 2 parts. Can we consider this as 1/2? Oh, excellent! The rectangle can be considered as 1/2 because it has equal parts. Look at picture D. Can we consider this as 1/2? Picture D shows a square. Oh, it has been divided into 2 parts as well. However, both parts are of different sizes. Can we consider this as 1/2? Well done! This shape cannot be considered as 1/2 because the shape of both parts is not equal. Earlier, we cut a cake. Now, we are going to cut a waffle. This waffle is delicious. You want to have a bite? Alright, I will cut this waffle into few equal-sized pieces. Look, how many pieces are there? Yes, there are 4 pieces of this waffle. Earlier, we had 1 whole waffle. Now that I have cut it in 4 equal sizes, we have 4 same-sized pieces of waffle. This is what we call as a quarter. Why don't we try another activity? Initially, we did 1/2 activity. This time, we are going to do 1/4. What is 1/4? I have prepared materials such as paper, a pencil, a ruler, color pencils, and a marker pen. First, fold the paper into half. Then, to other half. Next, draw a line in the middle. Use a ruler to make sure the line is straight. Color one part of it. Make sure to color it neatly. Don't smudge your color. Write the fraction that represents the colored region. During the waffle cutting activity, you are introduced to a quarter. Then, you have learnt about 1/4 equal parts during the folding paper activity. My question is, what is the relation between quarter and 1/4? During the waffle cutting activity, I have cut the waffle into 4 equal pieces. From a whole piece of waffle, it becomes 4 small pieces that have the same size. Hence, you are introduced to a quarter. Meanwhile, during the folding activity, I have folded the paper into 4 equal parts. From a piece of paper, I have folded the paper into 4 equal parts and colored 1 part of it. In this activity, you have learnt 1/4. Let me ask you, what is the relation or similarity between quarter and 1/4? Take a look at this slide. Pay attention to every single detail of it. Do you see the answer? Can you see the similarities? A waffle that is cut into 4 pieces equally, known as a quarter. Meanwhile, a piece of paper that is folded into 4 parts equally, with one part of it is colored, we call it as 1/4. Is that clear? One part from 4 parts that has the same size is called a quarter, or 1/4. I am confused right now. Can you help me to figure this out? Zulfa eats a quarter of a cake. Can you tell me which is the cake that Zulfa ate? There are 3 cakes in this slide. Can you help me to find out which cake was eaten by Zulfa? Oh, why did you choose the chocolate cake and the layered cake? Why didn't you choose the fruit cake instead? The fruit cake is cut into different sizes. You really have sharp eyes. I can only see the layered cake. It turns out that chocolate cake too has the same size for each piece. You are awesome! How about 2/4 and 3/4? Are there fractions called as 2/4 and 3/4? Can you prove it to me or show me the answer? Let us discuss and do this activity together. Hence, we can prove that we have 2/4 and 3/4. It is the same as the previous activity. Fold the paper into 4 parts and make sure all of them have the same size. Draw lines in the middle using a ruler to ensure the line is straight. For 1/4, you only color one part. However, for 2/4, you need to color 2 parts. That's why you need to color 2 parts of it. Exactly, 2/4 means 2 out of 4 equal parts. Don't forget to write the fraction for the colored region. Let's move to the 3/4. Can you do this activity on your own? Wow, that's great. That's right. 2/4 means you need to color 2 out of 4 parts of the folded paper. So, 3/4 means you need to color 3 out of 4 parts of the folded paper. sure you write down the fraction for the colored region. We have carried out a few activities involving fractions for quarters. Take a look at this slide. A quarter, or 1/4, means 1 out of 4 equal parts. Based on the picture on your left, there is one colored square out of 4 squares. 2/4 means 2 out of 4 equal parts. In the middle of this slide, there are 2 colored squares out of 4 squares. Lastly, 3/4 means 3 out of 4 equal parts. On the right side of the slide, you can see there are 3 colored squares out of 4 squares. Besides 3/4, this fraction is also known as 3/4. I have an interesting question. Let's take a look at this slide. Can we consider the red parts of the triangle as 3/4 or 3/4? This triangle that I'm holding right now is the same as the triangle in the slide. Do you agree? Let's fold this triangle into 4 equal parts. Let me ask you a question. Can you fold this triangle to 4 equal parts? Look. This triangle can be folded into 2 equal parts. So, can you fold it into 4 equal parts? Look! This triangle can be folded into 4 equal parts. Let me show you. There is no extra region right here and over here. It means this triangle can be folded into 4 equal parts. Then, draw the lines. Let's color the first part. Next, color the second part. Finally, color the third part. Can we consider the red parts of the triangle as 3/4 or 3/4? The answer is bingo! Yes, the red parts from the whole whole triangle is 3/4 or 3/4. Yay! Easy, right? Did you have fun during the lesson? Let's recall what you have learnt this time. At the end of the lesson, you have learnt to identify and state 1/2, 1/4, 2/4 and 3/4, and to solve problems involving the daily situation. Now, you can apply this knowledge in your daily situations. That's all for today. See you again in the next lesson topic. Bye!